Hey, good morning, Work Your Dash friends and family and fans out there on YouTube. Just wanted to reach out to you real quick, drop you another 2 or 3 minute video. This morning, I want to kind of talk about leadership and staying connected as a leader. So, are you, as if you're out there leading an organization, leading a team, leading a group of people towards success, or trying to achieve a specific goal or objective? How connected are you with that team? And what I mean by that is when you take the time to work on your team building events, for instance. That's a good example. A lot of people do team building events throughout the year. Maybe that's quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, whatever the case may be. But when you're at those team building events, how much time as a leader are you really spending connecting with your teams, or are you just kind of connecting with those that you really already know? That's the perfect time and a perfect opportunity for you to connect with those people and actually get an understanding of what kind of talent personally and professionally you really have on your team. So as a leader, please take the time to do that because it'll pay dividends not only here in the immediate future because you're celebrating something because you're doing a team building event together as a group, but it also lets you in, kind of pulls the curtain back a little bit and lets you kind of understand what kind of team you really have, uh, the true team that you have, the responsibility of leading and taking down a well beaten path. So with that also, as a leader, you got to spend time as well developing that talent that's on your team. We have normally most companies or most organizations have a yearly review, a performance review for each individual within their company. Some companies are actually going away from that. Believe it or not, General Electric is actually going away from doing performance reviews, but that's their decision. But I still think that you need to take time out of your weekly, monthly, yearly, daily schedules or quarterly schedules to actually carve out some time with your individual people and leaders on your team to see what you're doing to develop them, to increase and improve their skill sets so your team as a whole can be better. And if the team is being stretched and being developed, that gives us a bigger frontier to go try to chase after greater goals that we're going to achieve and just greater responsibility overall. And it gets a little bit more buy-in because the team members feel that you as a leader, you're taking a special interest in what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish on a day-to-day basis. And you taking a special interest as well as trying to get them to develop and get to where they want to be. Now, understand, most leaders, I know what I'm talking about when I tell you about this. A lot of you all understand this. Some people on your team want to do what they're doing today for the rest of their career. They don't want to do anything else. And that's great and that's fine. We need those domain experts to stay around our teams to make sure that we're not missing anything or not crossing any T's or not dotting any I's. But you do have quite a few people, I guarantee you, on your team that want to do bigger and better things for their careers. And it's up to you as a leader to go seek those people out and try to meet them halfway. Not telling you that you should own the whole process. No, they got to meet you halfway because so they have to show an interest that they want to get bigger and better themselves in order for you to show an interest and take the time out of your busy schedule to spend that time with them to improve their skill sets and to develop them as well. So make sure that you're doing that as a leader as well. So you're connecting during those team building events, you're spending time to connect with your team, and also spend some time just to have a one-on-one interaction with specifically the leaders of your team. Because and like again, everybody gets so busy, go so caught up in the day to day. There's really little time throughout the day, especially even throughout the week when you're trying to close deals or work toward an RFP to get to the next deal. It's very little time that you have to spend time to one on one to just connect with your leaders to see what is ailing them. Instead of you always talking to them, hey, this is what we got to do. This is the metrics we got to get. Let's reverse the tables a little bit. You sit on the other side of the table and come to a 30-minute meeting. What I do, my personal thing that I do is every month I have a 30-minute meeting with all of my leaders on my team, and they bring the agenda. They set the agenda. We talk about what's on their mind. We don't even have to talk about work if that's not the case. More times than not, I'm coming to find out that a lot of those conversations turn personal about how the kids are doing in school, how the kids are doing in sports, what's going on at the house, which is great because I want to get to know them as individuals and as people. And that's an opportunity that I try to grasp every month to make sure I stay connected personally and professionally with those leaders that are on my team that are driving policy and driving strategy all the way down to where the rubber meets the road. So, hey, as a leader, again, being a leader, you got to stay connected. You got to stay at the forefront of your team and continue to communicate. And that's one last tidbit before I get off here. I know it's been over 3 minutes, but one last tidbit is don't forget to over communicate with your team with transparency. So if there's changes coming down the pipeline that you can share with the team, share it. Put out a newsletter every week and just share it with them. If there's something new or some new technology that's on the horizon, let the team know about that up front, because that way they know that you trust them enough to have that information. Not telling you that you need to give them away proprietary or legal information that shouldn't be shared with anybody at this point in time, but the information that you can share about change, about some new policy or anything that's coming down the pipeline, do it early and often and with transparency. And I trust and believe that's where you will gain a lot of credibility with those members of your team. So I hope you all have a great week this week. Start off this Monday on a good note. Be successful this week. Be great. And thanks again for listening in. I appreciate it. I keep coming at you all with these videos quite regularly, but I hope you're enjoying them. And leave a comment below and let me know if you're enjoying them or not, okay? You all take care. Have a blessed day. Out of here.